Hello and welcome students. This is Aman Sharma and this video is third part of third chapter in History Class 8 Ruling the Countryside. Two videos we have already seen and now this is third part. And in this third part we are going to discuss about the Blue Rebellion, the rebellion related to Indigo, plantation, and the second main important topic that we are going to discuss is Indigo Commission. So this Blue Rebellion started just after the revolt of 1857. That 1857 revolt of 1857 was very much important because after that revolt the power was shifted from company's hand to the hand of British government. So this revolt was started in March 1859 when thousands of riots refused to grow indigo because the riots were not happy with the actions of planters. They were also not getting the sufficient price for their crops. The riots also refused to pay rents to the planters. They also attacked the indigo factories that were run by the planters. Those who still worked for the planters, they were socially boycotted, and the Gomathas were the agents of planters who usually come to the cultivators to collect rent, were also beaten up harshly. The riots also felt that the zamindars and the village headmen were supporting them. Headmen also fought battle with the peasants against the Lathials. Now, here is why the zamindars mobilized the indigo. In a simple meaning, you can understand that why the zamindars actually supported peasants and against the indigo planters. Actually, the zamindars were not happy with the increasing power of the planters. Day by day, the power of planters were increasing and zamindars were having no control on the planters. They were also angry at being forced by the planters to give them land on long lease, and the zamindars were not likely to give land to the planters on a long-term lease, but the planters usually forced zamindar to do that. Okay, let's discuss some of the steps that the British government had taken to control the situation. Because the British government and whole country have seen a revolt, a very famous revolt of 1857, and Britishers did not want it to bring back the same situation again, so they have taken some steps. First, the Lieutenant Governor toured the region in the winter of 1859, and this tour made riots very happy because they saw this tour as a sign of government sympathy that the government also understand the difficult situation of the cultivators. Second, in Barasat district, the magistrate Ashley Eden issued a notice stating that riots would not be compelled to accept indigo contracts. That means if the riots did not want to sign the contracts, then the planters should not force them to do that. Then the British government actually worried by the situation of that rebellion, and the government also brought in the military to protect the planters from assault because the indigo cultivators very much fired upon the planters. The British government set up Indigo Commission to inquire into the system of indigo production, that how the indigo is produced and what is the condition of indigo cultivators, what planters were doing. So for all that, the Indigo Commission was set up. Now, Indigo Commission. The commission held the planters guilty, criticized them for the coercive or harsh method they used with the indigo cultivators. So the planters actually lastly held guilty, and they were also criticized by the Indigo Commission. It declared that the indigo production was not profitable for the riots. As we have discussed, that the planters used to buy that indigo crop in very low price, and the cycle of loan was also not ending. That's why that indigo production was not profitable for the riots. The commission asked the riots to fulfill their existing contract, but also told them they could refuse to produce indigo in future. That means if riots did not want to grow indigo with the planters, so planters would not pressurize them to do that. So now, in the end, as we have discussed the Blue Rebellion and the steps of the Britishers against this rebellion. Now, in the end, the revolt was ended and the indigo cultivation was collapsed in Bengal. And the planters now shifted their operation to Bihar. A very famous movement that is known as Champaran movement. That Champaran movement was also against the indigo planters of Bihar. And this Champaran movement started when Mahatma Gandhi visited Champaran district of Bihar in 1917. It marked the beginning of Champaran movement. Thank you. Signing out, Aman Sharma.